What is up, you guys? Today we're going to be doing another Evony video. I know. I've seen him in the comments. Homeboy. I saw you delete your comment, but here's another Evony video. Thank you for your support. It's taken me a while to make this video, I'm going to be honest. I saw this post from the wife of a player in the Evony community forums on Facebook, and I've tried to make 3 videos now about this subject, and I can't do it. I've deleted them. I think I've got one in my gallery right now that I just can't do it. I don't want to be somebody that's exploitive of the drama that people are going through, but we need to address a growing problem in Evony of coiners. There's a right way to coin and there's a wrong way to coin. The right way is you coin during special events like Chinese New Year, Valentine's Day, 4th of July. I think they call that the Independence Festival. Coming up, we'll have Halloween, we'll have Christmas. They don't call it the Christmas event. I think they call it the holiday event, the annual holiday event. And then the New Year's event follows. These are when you spend money on the game. I used to spend a lot of money on the game. I'm a VIP 16, almost VIP 17 on multiple servers. So I spend money on the game. It has been a journey learning how to manage my finances. Not only around Evony, but, just as a human, like I've had some credit cards I let get too big. I've let stuff go to collections that I shouldn't have. But as I got older and this stuff started, not really influencing me as much, I had more money to spend on the game, and I still do. So I occasionally spend money on the game. All my accounts have annual memberships because the 1,200 gems a day is phenomenal. You log in, you send farmers out, you get your gems, and you'll never have shield problems. The post that I saw in the Evony community forum was specifically about the reckless spending this woman's husband has been doing in the game. So I'm going to put that up. We're going to start the next segment. I'm going to edit her name out because I don't want this getting back to the player, to the woman. She deleted the comment. And you guys, Evony's a great game. The friendships you make in this game will last for a really, really long time. I have friends that I've been playing with now for over 4 years. I think close to 5 years. A lot of people play this game, especially if you have an addictive personality and you can't put it down. It can put you in situations where you feel like you need to spend the money so that you can play the next battlefield or the next server war, or you don't want to bug your alliance members for the resources, or you just want to win city development one time and you're in 3rd, so you think a speed up pack will do the deal. I was once trying to win city development, and I ran out of speed ups, and I'd been doing really good with some trading, with some stock trading. So I just had money laying there, and I took it up with my wife, and I said, "Hey, honey, I'm trying to win this weekly competition in Evony. It's really stupid. I'm going to get maybe 40 or 50 gems for it, but I've never won it. I just want to give it a try. I'm going to spend a few $100. She starts laughing. And she's like, really? On a phone game? And yeah, on a phone game. So listen, if you're gonna coin in Evony and you're really gonna spend that money, be responsible. Talk to your spouse. Pay your mortgage. Feed your kids. Evony is not going to replace your kids. It's not going to replace your wife or your husband. Listen, I've played Evony for 5 years. I have leaned on Evony when I've been going through issues, socially in my marriage or at work. Evony has been a phenomenal crutch, but it's never replaced those things for me. It gives me an outlet, but it doesn't give me an out. Keep that in mind, please. If you're struggling with Evony addiction, listen, you've got something that's called an addictive personality. You might have a video game addiction. Maybe it's not just Evony. For me, I love trading stocks. I love gambling. I love buying cars. I love selling cars. I know I have this addictive personality, but for me, I've turned it into these, side projects that make money. And Evony is really, really far down on my list of projects. And it still consumes money. So I'm certainly not telling you not to coin. Coin the right way. Coin during the events, special events. Coin during the weekend so you get weekend packages as well. And most of all, don't negatively affect your family. As a community, we need the people in our community to play and to be active. So yeah, let's just take a look at this text. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But I just want to go over some highlights of it because it's absolutely heartbreaking. I feel for this person. And I don't want this to come off wrong. I want my followers to know that this is a problem. There's gem pack scammers out there. We cover them in another video. There's account scammers out there. They're out there because of this particular problem. Evony is a game where 70% of the people have money to spend. Not saying everyone coins, but typically Evony players are older, more sophisticated, more mature. I've noticed that there's a lot of business owners, there's a lot of stock traders, there's a lot of, people like myself who run projects out of their garage and they're just always hustling, which I'm not. I'm certainly not a hustler. I think I'd be a little more motivated if I was like that. I'm more of like a brainy person. Let's get into it. I'm rambling because I really don't want to get into this. It hits so close to home. There was a period in my life where I was spending an unreasonable amount on Evony, and I had to talk to my wife about it. I've had Alliance members that were spending unreasonably on the game. And a few updates ago, every time you'd log in, you'd see who had spent what. So, it'd say player A bought a senior alliance package or bought a senior gift package. Here's, 5-minute speed up. So I was R5 of my own alliance, and I was woken up in the middle of the night by a few phone calls. So I took them. And these people were telling me, hey, player A is really having a problem. Log into Evony and take a look at how many packs he's bought. And so I log in and I'm like, who cares? People spend their own money all the time. It's no big deal. It's not my business. This guy had bought like 50 $100 packs. Not the biggest deal, $5,000. It's replaceable money. But for some people, it's a life-changing amount of money. So I get all these phone calls and emails. And so, I ask if he's online, and then I call him online chat, and I kind of got a verbal beatdown. This guy just said, hey, I'm a business owner. I can afford to do this. This is how I want to play my game. please don't interfere with my strategy decision making with my money. And he was very appreciative that I had reached out. I did not mention that other people were concerned, but I did mention that I was concerned and that I had seen the amount of packs that he'd bought. And, just wanted to know if he wanted to talk. So we wound up having like a 10, 15-minute conversation. Not about money, just about life. And it was really beneficial. So you guys, if you've made friends in the game and they're coining excessively, it's okay to reach out to them. I mean, this friend is still a friend of mine. We're not in the same alliance. We're in a very volatile server, but we're still friends. We're still in line groups together. We're still connected online. So let's get into it. All right, you guys. So here we are. This is the comment. It was posted Evony the King's Return, open forum. By the way, not run by devs. So stop posting your account information and trying to get help there. It's not coming. So her rant, I mean, it's not really a rant. It's, besides the grammar issues, this could be a second language. I've also typed things out when I'm in a very emotional state and I think I'm doing something kind of sneaky. And yeah, it's riddled with typos and spelling errors. She's doing this behind her husband's back. In the Evony the King's Return forum, one of the biggest forums on Facebook. I really thought this was pretty ballsy. So, someone think that this is an addiction. My husband spent 18 grand in 3 months. Oh, man. 8, 16, 6, 12. So that's about 6 grand a month. So about 2 grand a week. He didn't pay the mortgage. He took money from his wife's account. Now, in my marriage, that would be a huge, huge problem. I've got my own business accounts that I use for side projects. My wife has her own account she uses for projects. If I took money out of her account, I think it would be divorce time because that's her projects. He didn't pay our house and we are behind on bills. He got loans. So this is absolutely the death crux of financing. When you have debt, and you're also getting loans and you're not paying obligations, it is the trifecta of sabotage. You're going to pay for that. He's always in his games and group chats with people that he says are his friends. This is common. This kind of affected my marriage. I spend a lot of time video gaming, I play Warzone, I play Ark, I play Evony, I used to play Sim Empire, I play RuneScape occasionally. I also play poker. So, it's like, I get it. Sometimes these social circles are very important. All of my alliances rely on line chat. I've had a few people try to introduce me to Discord. Just couldn't get into it. So, we use line chat. I'm always on line chat. The only thing I give permission to interrupt my phone is line chat. I could have my phone on silent and line chat has priority. And that's because Evony is so important to me. And he treat me bad and doesn't have time for our girls. Let's talk about family. I do struggle allocating time for video games. And there are some days, particularly if I'm not feeling well, if I'm under the weather, where I'll sit on the couch and I'll play Ark or Warzone, or, I'll have Evony running while I'm playing Ark and Warzone. And it's hard to be a good dad when you're in a shootout with 3 people and you're running for your life, or you're trying to set these rallies and you're trying to send 100,000 troops exact so that so that you can use your other troops to hit other bosses. I get it. So take time for your family. I mean, I'm going to the pool later tonight. I'm cooking dinner here in a few minutes. It's really, really important to not let these games take over your life. And the other thing is like your spouse has chosen you. Don't mistreat them because they're taking you away from the game when they're probably enabling you to play the game. And by enabling, I mean babysitting, giving you money, working harder, whatever the case can be. He started to say words to me that I'm guessing she means can't even understand, like vulgar words. I've been in some multicultural, multinational alliances, and yeah, you start learning some other vulgar words. And the intensity of Evony can make you a negative person. So I get that. Is join led this group to see if I can understand how people can prefer this to their families. My family is destroyed for this game. My husband just play every paycheck and I can't more. It kind of sounds like she means to say her husband spends every paycheck and just plays the game and she can't do it anymore. I would understand that. He left and spent $2,000 in 2 hours. I'm working in construction and save all we can. $2,000 in 2 hours kind of sounds like you should have had a grab the wife by the elbow moment and said, "Hey, this hobby has really gotten out of control, but I think I need to do this." And some cold water from a non-involved party might wake you up. She works construction. That's a tough woman. I like that. But he doesn't care. He makes 6 grand a month and he spent almost all. So you kind of some discrepancies. All right, Bo from editing here. I actually got distracted here by a phone call. I need to be better about putting my phone on do not disturb or film mode. What I was trying to say was she has some discrepancies here in the numbers, and I think that's because she's trying to extrapolate all of these numbers off her finances. And, like I said before, it kind of seems like she's doing this kind of behind her husband's back on the biggest Evony forum on Facebook. So, for these numbers not to line up is kind of normal. And also, in my experience, going through bank statements and trying to add up numbers and figure out what something really cost, those numbers can be a little elusive. So I have talked with a few of my friends and people have said like, hey, these numbers don't really add up. It's just huge. So anyways, back to it. All right. So then she says, the person who is here now is not more my lovely husband. I'll get a divorce because I can't more with this situation. If you're here thinking that this is a game and it is just for fun, it is not true. People is losing money and their families. My daughters miss him. When I originally read this, I started tearing up. It just, again, it really struck close to home. Now, it struck close to home because, I have a kid. And also, my wife asked me to quit Evony so that we could work on some issues in our marriage. I didn't quit Evony, but yeah, I let my shield drop and I stopped taking the game seriously. And now I'm way behind. So obviously I have feelings about this post. It's one person's perspective. And like I said, Evony can be a great thing to lean on. It can be a great crutch. Just don't destroy your family. They don't understand this yet. 4 months ago, I thought that my family was perfect. I'm destroyed. My family is destroyed. Please think what you're doing with your real life. Nothing deserves more than your family. Now you can delete me. I agree. I absolutely agree, you guys. Evony's a great game. I absolutely love it. I've been playing since Evony 1. I picked up on mobile. I quit Clash of Clans for this, and I think it's going to stay that way. I mean, I quit 5 years ago, so I'm not going back now. And, it's hard. It's hard because I understand this, and I can just see how this person went down this rabbit hole. It sounds like 4 months ago they were the type of person who probably had an abundance of money. But when you start adding a large expenditure, even to a rather liberal budget, it adds up. So this is what I wanted to talk about. It really makes me feel gross and icky. But it's something that happens in our community when it comes to video game addiction. And, Evony's a very, very big game. It's not big like Warzone. It's not big like Minecraft. It's big in the sense that you need to focus on farming, training troops, progressing your city, progressing in your alliance, making friends, helping people, finding bosses, setting bosses. It just becomes something you wind up chasing after, and you wind up filling your time with every opportunity you get. So, anyways, you guys, stay up, game responsibly, live responsibly, and yeah, enjoy that life, you guys.